we're going to release the TVA. So like the psoas, which is down here and on an angle, okay, kind of from the belly button in towards the hip, and then it melds with the iliacus and then comes down into the groin or the lesser trochanter of the femur. So you can get it from all those angles. The TVA is going to be a little bit higher and to the side, kind of pressing in and around the abdomen muscle. So you're either going to be doing both sides or you're going to be doing one side, but either way, you probably have to do one side at a time, somewhat like the psoas, whereas with the rectus abdominis and the diaphragm, you can kind of get it generally by going up and into the middle or down below. So we're going to go to the side, okay? You also get some external and oblique in here, but if your TVA is overworking and tight, you're going to feel it. It's going to be tender. When you get on this ball, okay, so just a little bit, you're finding your belly button and you're marking like a couple inches up, but you don't want to be on the rib. So try and find the groove where you're just a little bit below that rib cage. That rib cage is almost going to want to sink around that ball. You can use the blue tune-up balls as well. Just be mindful that they're a little bit more hard. It might be feel a little bit more aggressive. But we're going to lay on the floor just like we do with the psoas. It's just a little bit higher and to the side. And I'm going to place this leg up here so that I'm not having to balance. Okay, so it's going to take the place of balance. This is just going to put that abdomen fascia on a little bit of a stretch by staying up on my elbows. But once you feel and you get into the groove of doing your breaths here, you can come down, which is instantly going to press into the TVA and the external obliques. You can't not have a little bit of a couple muscles here. But you're going to be focusing more on trying to relax that upper body, relax that mid-back, to let the fascia meld over top of that ball. You're going to inhale, pull that belly button in to activate that TVA so you can feel it. You'll feel that muscle kind of pop into the ball when you do that. And then you're going to exhale, let that abdomen fascia and the TVA meld over top of that ball. You're holding for 2 minutes or until you feel that it is no longer as sensitive or tender as it is. I say 2 minutes because if it's not going to release and it's just too tight in the moment, take some air over the ball so that it's more comfortable. If you're not feeling anything at all, put more air in the ball or use the blue tune-up balls. But starting here is just a really good way to connect with your breath and to draw tension and some blood flow to those abdominal muscles because they are very, very important to be able to both contract and relax them. And we don't talk enough about being able to relax them when we need to, because if they're always staying overworking, what's going to happen is it's going to turn off other muscles in the body. So the NKT practitioner that you went to, you'll know exactly where you need to be working and kind of what that feeling already is, because that person would have already released the TVA once for you. But you're going to just be doing that once to twice a day, depending on what you've been prescribed. We're going to do it gently and being mindful that, you know, we're not making anything more painful. That's the 2 minute mark, right? So if it's not changing in 2 minutes, just give yourself some grace, hop off, go back on, or take some air over the ball. And then after you've done that TVA release, whether it be unilateral or bilateral, you will know which side you're going to be doing based on your prescription that the practitioner gave you, and then you're going to go and activate whichever pair went with this muscle compensation pattern.